Hot rain.
No in between.
Yeah. And for race week, it looks like you reached the week where it was like almost 40 degrees.
Jeez. So it's been warm then?
Yeah.
Right. Lot. Copy that.
Only 9 drivers.
Meant to be 10. I don't know who we're missing at the minute.
Well, that's not a lot.
No, it's been a bit crap these last couple of weeks. Whether people are on holiday or what, I don't know, but...
Yeah.
Thank you. Huh? Who is missing at the minute? It is... Monkey Keegs, PN Bryn, DJ Smokey. Smokey's not in.
Ah.
Right. Highlights into race 2, so I'll count us in when we go live again.
Okay.
Okay. 5, 4. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Simplay Motorsport here for the finale of Pro-Am. We are at the Hungaroring in a very, very hot Hungaroring, although according to our Hungarian commentator, the weather has changed and it is now a thunderstorm over the Hungaroring and it is absolutely raining. I'm your host, Matthew Duffy, joined back in the box. It's been a while, but we've got Ben Varga back with us. Ben, good evening. How are you?
Good evening, everyone. Yeah, it's been almost a month, if I'm not wrong, so it's really good to be back here, especially at my home circuit.
Home circuit, you know the track well. Obviously, you're probably going to be excited to drive it tomorrow night, but it's all about tonight. It's all about the Pro-Ams, and there's 4 drivers who can win the championship, but one isn't able to make it tonight, so it's down to a 3-way fight.
Yeah, it should be interesting. I mean, AM, the last race, it was really exciting to watch. I watched it and it was really good. So we tackled the actually win by 1 point, and it was so awesome to watch and to witness. So I hope we can see something similar tonight.
Hopefully we can. The Drivers' Championship looks a little like this. There's 51 points up for grabs, and Louis Allen, who hasn't won a race all season, can be the man to take the championship in race 1. Exis Tibbs is in second place. He's 32 points behind. Will have a qualifying ban in that second race for retirement last week. Sekulovic, though, is in P3. Not here tonight, unfortunately, with Smokey Devil P4. Not yet in the lobby. Is down to race tonight, but not yet in the lobby. Sooty Apex P5. He's away on holiday. With Daz Automatic currently setting some blistering pace in these conditions. P6. Argent is in 7th, with Nosa down in 8th. Hypertech is 9th, with PM Motorsport rounding out the top 10. Just ahead of Bryn, with DJ Phil 12th, Fate Silent 13th, Keegs in P14, Smithy's 15th place, Max Mulder 16th, Monkey Boy 17th, Mordecai 18th, Dean Wisocki 19th, and AKA Fix 20th. In the Teams Championship, that got wrapped up last week. Titan Oro Racing of Daz and Louis Allen are your Constructors Champions. From SRL, Pink McLaren Racing, East West Motorsport, Dynaco Racing, Back to Front Racing, and MBR Racing Team. And Louis Allen, 32 points in this championship lead. Hasn't won a race this season, Ben, but is doing well to lead the championship.
Yeah, consistency is key, like I always said. And it's really true.
Yeah. We're at the Hungaroring, though. Your home circuit, very hot conditions, track temperature of 44 degrees. What are the drivers going to face tonight? Because tyres are going to be a crucial factor in this race.
Yeah, of course, in this heat, they have to really watch out for overheating. Like at Brands Hatch, I was struggling with that, so I hope it's not going to be the case tomorrow for me, but yeah, they should watch out for the pressures.
They should watch out for the pressures, and they've still got 17 minutes to sort out their pressures all season. And let's see what will happen tonight at the moment as they go through. So we are expecting Smokey Devil in. He is down as racing at the moment, so hopefully he can get himself in the lobby and able to race. But 8 drivers not able to race tonight. Sooty's away on holiday. He hasn't confirmed, so he can't race either. Just a shame to have such a small grid on the last race of the season. As Daz is the only man out there on the circuit, the track conditions, the server has been live for just over 70 minutes now, and the track is still only in fast conditions as Hypertech and Monkey Boy are now back out of the pits. So the track's not optimum yet, Ben, and we saw last night that a few drivers seem to struggle on their tyres. The track being optimum, will that help the tyres at all?
Well, it should, but yeah, the track temperature is still 44 degrees, so it's not easy for them. Let's see if the track can get optimum.
Yeah, let's see if it can. As we say good evening in the chat to PN Motorsport and to Micro J's. Good evening, Jay. Another scorcher. Good luck, Daz and PN, says Jay in the chat. A few things to go through tonight. So 3 drivers can win the championship. East and West Motorsport, DJ Phil and PN Motorsport can get second place in the Constructors over Tibbs and Max Mulder. No Max Mulder tonight, he's under the weather, meaning that PN and DJ Phil have a chance to get his second place in that Constructors Championship. And as well, race 2 will signal the start, the 100th race for Aston Martin. It needs 3 race starts. McLaren need 1 win for its 50th, and it needs 2 poles for 25. It will not get that, unfortunately, tonight, because there's only 1 qualifying, so it can try and get it tomorrow night at the Hungaroring, but I'm sure a few Audis may try and stop the McLarens getting pole position.
Well, yeah. So, yeah, About the Hungaroring, so it's my home circuit, so I'll try to bring some fun facts that you might not know. So,
Well, you gave us one yesterday, actually. You told us about the water park out of turn 4, yeah.
Yeah, sadly it's not really visible from the camera that ACC uses, but if you see on boards like from Formula 1 cars, it's clearly visible out of turn 4 that there's a really cool water park, and I was there once, and it's really awesome. So, yeah, like I said yesterday, if you end up somehow at the Hungaroring, you should try it.
Let's see if we can use the helicam to see if we can see it for Daz. So it's as you come up the hill, if I'm correct.
Yeah, turn 4.
So, right, we're coming up towards turn 4 now. And it's on the outside of the corner.
Yeah, at the turn 5 there, at the outside somewhere.
Yeah, now can't quite see it even with the helicam, unfortunately.
Yeah.
What a shame. Either way.
Yeah, it opened in the mid-2000s, so it's not a new one, but it's really awesome. And actually, you can see at the track. So, like, if you want to have a budget ticket for F1, you can buy a water park ticket, and you can see the T5 and T4 there.
Ah, there we go then. So, you want to watch the F1 from a water park? Keep yourself nice and cool in this 34-degree heat. Go to the water park.
And also, like, there's the fact that I think everyone knows that this circuit was the first one to host an F1 race behind the Iron Curtain at the Soviet era.
Right.
And I think it's the only one.
Well, there we go.
And another interesting fact that the layout wasn't designed by Hermann Tilke, and it was designed by a Hungarian guy who was not really popular, Ferenc Gulácsi. And interesting that before designing this track, he didn't even see a track before. Like he wasn't designing tracks. So with that fact, it's not a bad layout.
No, it's not a bad layout at all. It's quite a nice layout. As Danny in the chat, hi guys, I can't wait to be Sunday for the Porsche Cup round my... All right, so Stanley is GRR Scorpion, our new Porsche Cup driver. Ben, you had a try in the Porsche Cup cars on Sunday. How did you find it?
Well, it was really good. I enjoyed it a lot. So, like the loose end of that car without traction control, I always liked cars that have loose ends. So, well, I finished P6 on my first try, so I think it's not that bad. Of course, on my second try at race 2, I forgot to like have my race set up, so yeah, it was ruined. But yeah, I enjoyed that a lot. It was good racing there. Yeah,
it was good racing. Hopefully, if there's a space again, we get to see you on Sunday as well, because that'll be quite good. That'll be quite good to see. Right, Lucas Roth's just stopped. Currently P4 on the track. Daz, at the moment, has really set an electrifying lap time so far. He's really got some good pace here.
Yeah. He is over a second clear of Louis Allen, so... Well, if he can like take this pace to race 1, he has a great chance to win it.
Yeah, he does have a great chance to win it. Let's see what Daz will be able to do. Obviously, it will be the reverse grid coming up first, in which we'll get to you as soon as possible. Smoky Devil has now got in the lobby in his BMW, and he's a man who's been on some fine form. In his last 7 races, he's taken 6 podiums. 3 of his last podiums have been race wins. He obviously had a race ban for race 1 last week at Laguna Seca, but it's been first, 3rd, 14th, 1st and 2nd. This for a BMW that started the season 11th, 15th, 11th, 11th, 6th, 7th and 14th. That was his first 7 races, and his last 7 races have been podiums, bar 1. So it just shows how much Smoky Devil has grown in this BMW throughout the season.
Yeah, after a few rounds, it looks like that he fell in love with that car, so it actually works for him. Of course, we see him struggle in the wet a bit because this season started in the wet. So yeah, I think he's our underdog of this season.
The underdog of this season. So let's wait and see what will happen then. As just been told that our viewers are struggling to hear you, so I'm just going to change my levels and that should be all good now on our end. So please in the chat let us know if that's better, if you can hear Ben more now. I've turned my level down and Ben's up.
Testing.
I am using a different microphone again tonight, so let me know if that is better.
Your microphone is better, like, that's for sure.
Right, so that should be done now. So if you can hear Ben better, please let me know. So yeah, Smoky Devil, like we said, he's grew. Like you said, he didn't have the best of races in the rain. He did struggle a little bit in the wet earlier in the season, but he's really grew in the car. Will tonight help the BMW, seeing as it seems better in the dry?
Yeah, I mean, it's really dry. So, well, he didn't set an uptime yet, and so we don't know his pace, but I think he should have great results here, maybe a podium.
Well, let's see what he will do. As Jay saying in the chat that you are very clear now, so we have you loud and clear, Ben. That's great to see. As we come through then to start the final 10 minutes of practice, nearly the final 9 minutes of practice now here at the Hungaroring. 10 drivers currently in the lobby. Hopefully some others rock up a little later to join the fun and to get some final positions in this season, because the season's come to an end this week. Obviously Pro finishes tomorrow night, Porsche Cup finishes on Sunday, and then we have a nice little break, a few off-season events before we go again. Obviously, Ben, you won one of our little off-season events last year, the Spa 2.4 hour last season.
Yeah, it was a really nice one. I've always been better in endurance races, actually.
Well, there we go.
So it paid off out there.
There we go then. As DJ Phil currently in the middle sector. It's actually quite tight, isn't it, Ben? Between P3 down to P7. It's actually separated by 0.8 of a second from P4, from Lucas Roth to Bryn. Separated by 0.8 of a second. Bit of a gap back to PN. And then Hypertech, as Smoky Devil is now out on the track doing a lap time. Now, for the drivers going into Pro, do you think if Smoky Devil goes to Pro, he should keep the BMW?
Well, it would be nice. It would be nice to see him back, because in season 1 we raced with him, and I had a few battles with him, if I can remember right. So, yeah, it would be nice to see him back. As well, he was racing the Audi too, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, he was in the Audi with Big Boy Brazier, so, but didn't seem to have the best in the Audi. Looks better in the BMW, so the BMW...
Well, I think he would keep the BMW.
Yeah, I think the BMW in Pro, let's see what it can do.
Yeah, I would be curious, because I've never been racing against the BMW.
The other thing to note as well, Ben, the tracks would be getting colder with it going into the winter sort of months. Obviously, with us doing the live weather, going into the October, November, beginning of December, tracks starting to get a bit cooler. Tracks like Donington Park will be quite cool and mild. Do you think the BMW will be able to keep its success there, or do you think with it going into the winter it's a bit of rain around?
Well, it's difficult, because we saw Smokey being a bit worse in the rain than in the dry, so maybe it will have an impact, but I think he got used to this car, so it maybe won't be that bad as in the first half of the season.
Well, let's see what he does then. As Monkey Boy's moved himself into P4, and Exist Tibbs has moved himself into P2, only just under a tenth from Daz, and Daz nearly took a race win last time out in fantastic style. We're just going to stick with Smoky Devil. Let's watch him on his lap time at the moment and see how he does so far. As he's coming through the first sector. Now, this track has a few different parts to it, doesn't it? The first sector, you know, it's got a nice couple of corners, bit of straights where it evens out. But then you get into turn 5, the track really tightens up and it becomes a little bit one by one. It's hard to overtake in the middle sector, Ben.
Yeah. It's a really go-kart style track, so you don't really have a time to rest, not a lot of straights. Even the start-finish straight is like so short. It used to be shorter before the layout change in 2003, but it's even shorter than most of the Grade 1 tracks. So this track is not easy.
Yeah, it's not an easy track. Someone described it last night as Monaco without the walls.
Yeah, then it's kind of true. So a lot of people cause this way, and I have to agree with them because it really has the characteristics of a street circuit, but without the walls.
Well, it's interesting to see Smoky Devil coming into the final couple of corners. Ben, you obviously know this track is your home circuit. Where would you say is the best place to overtake around here?
Of course, turn 1. It is the easiest. And I think there is nothing else. Like Kimi Raikkonen had his drifty overtake at sector 3, but we didn't really see much more places to get an overtake done than turn 1.
Smoky Devil goes P4 with his first flying lap, so good banker lap that for Smoky Devil.
Yeah.
Demoting a few of the drivers. Only a tenth quicker than Monkey Boy though, but he's got to make sure them tyre pressures are up to where they need to be. 5 minutes left then of practice before we head into the first half-an-hour race of the evening. The track's still fast as we see DJ Phil just drifting a little wide in the middle sector. We see this track obviously very well known for Formula 1. We barely see it in GT racing, so what's the differences tonight in a GT car compared to a Formula 1 car?
Well, of course, the GT cars are slower and have less downforce. But actually, after like F1 2020, I started a bit hating on F1 games, so I didn't really drive F1 cars around here. Because then I fell in love with ACC. So I think I have more experience with GT3 cars than F1 cars.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of this track on F1 games, whereas on this I don't mind it.
Yeah. But the only, I think, bigger difference is that at turn 4 you have to take a quite different line because of the less downforce. So you should take it more tight, and because at the F1 cars it didn't really matter because they have a lot of downforce. Of course, the F1 cars are running like Monaco. Like downforce here because it's Monaco without the walls. So yeah, I think that's the only difference, and of course the lap times are much slower than an F1 car, but I think that's clear for everyone.
Yeah, I do as well. The interesting thing as well today, so many different manufacturers on the track. Which car suits this track? We know the McLaren's going to be strong here, being a bit of an all-round car, but Bentley, Honda, Porsche, BMW, Ferrari, Lexus, Aston Martin. What would you say is your preference out of them choices?
Well, it looks like the McLaren to be the favorite, like always. But Louis Allen, yeah, it's a bit far away from the two McLarens, but he's up in the P3, so he should have a great race too. Of course, maybe for the championship, he should have a good race. Now, and of course, yeah.
Another question we asked last week when I asked Dan is, Daz let Louis Allen through in race 2. Tonight, with Smoky Devil and Tibbs so far behind, do you think that Daz will let Louis Allen through again?
Well, team orders can play. And of course, in a situation that would suit Louis Allen better, I think Daz will let him pass.
Yeah.
But we'll see about that.
Daz is an easy lover, so he's going to want to make sure that he can get Louis Allen the championship after winning the Constructors last time out. So what will he do? A lot of cars still in the pit lane. DJ Phil, the only man out on circuit for that one final flying lap. Everybody else in the pits. And the interesting thing about this is the track's still only fast, not even up to optimum temperature at the moment. So we'll see what comes through. It's going to be an interesting one as we say good evening to Hypertech in the chat. Hypertech, good evening. Best of luck for tonight as well. He looks a little off the pace at the moment, so he'll be hoping to get his Ferrari in that better zone. But DJ Phil, last man on a lap. This track's still rubbering in at the moment.
Yeah, it's still really hot there. Like the temperatures didn't change a bit.
No, they didn't at all. We'll see what the temperatures change as well, going from practice 1 set at 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. set to race time at 1 p.m.
Yeah, it should change a bit, but it's really hard to guess if it will be optimum or still only just fast.
As Lucas Roth has come back out of the pits, this must be just to have changed something. Maybe his pressure's a little bit. Track limits around here. We have to explain the track limits as well. Out of turn 3, where you come up the hill to turn 4, run wide there. It can give you a track limit penalty, as well as where DJ Phil's coming up to now. This exact corner, you run too wide on the exit there. that will also give you a track limit penalty. So drivers have got to be careful here of making sure they don't run too wide on the curbs. We saw Jay last night got himself a drive-through. They've got to be careful tonight to not get caught out with the track limits.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a difficult question, even in F1 games. So they should really watch out.
So a poll's going out now for race winner. And it will be Louis Allen, Tibbs, Daz or Smoky Devil as your race winner for the first race. Right, we are into the qualifying session. Track temperature stays the same, so it should go up one, or maybe a couple of degrees. I think we saw it at a peak of 46 degrees at the start of the race yesterday. So let's see how warm it will be in the race. But the poll is out for who you will think will win the race. The grid order will come in a moment's time, and I think if anybody joins now, I saw Argent's going to try and get home and make it in for race one. If he does, he said he'll start at the back, so that's very nice of Argent. Grid order's already set, and we'll go through the grid order in just a couple of moments' time. Ben, your race winner, who do you think it's going to be?
Well, it's a difficult choice yet again. Of course, the commentator's curse is real, so...
It is real.
Yeah. It's a really great question. I think Daz has the pace to go through the field and maybe win the race, so I will go with him.
Daz, well, let's see what Daz can do. Daz has been caught up in a few lap one incidents, hasn't he, this season? He's been a little unlucky at times.
Yeah, he was, but maybe this time it will be better for him.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Right, as the track has now gone up to 46 degrees, so it's gone up another 2 degrees in terms of the track temperature, and the track condition is still fast. So at the moment, Ben, the track's getting hotter, but it's not getting any more rubbered in.
Yeah. Then it means that race one will be a difficult job, especially with tire pressures.
Yeah, it's going to be hard, isn't it? Because them couple of degrees the temperature has gone up, it really is going to make them tire pressures, do a lot more. The drivers are just got to be careful to lower them, especially maybe around the pit stops when they have to change the tyres. The bonus for these drivers tonight is it's only a 30-minute race. So if you pit as close to 15 minutes as possible, you've got half the race on fresh tyres. On one set of tyres you get half the race on a second set. Last night 45 minutes was a bit harder for the drivers to time their pit stops.
Yeah, of course I think it would be the best tactical choice to time a pit stop near the halfway mark, so don't have to stress the second time more, and maybe you could avoid overheating issues.
Potentially so. So you're going Daz. I'm going to go Tibbs for the win. And currently the chat is going the way of Daz as well. And what a season it's been. It's been a fantastic season and a fantastic chance to see drivers. Lucas Roth has missed the start, so he'll be a lap down at the start of this race. So this changes the grid order once again. So it was Monkey Boy on pole position. He'll lead the pack away. Behind him will now be DJ Phil Green, because there is no Lucas Roth. He's missed the start. Behind DJ Phil will now be Bryn, as Bryn comes down to get behind Phil. Behind Bryn will be PN Motorsport. They're all in position. Behind PN should be Hypertech. So Hypertech has got to make sure he comes down towards the Aston Martin. He's currently out of position at the moment, as Lucas Roth, high press drive at 25. That's a shame for Lucas.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that's a shame for Lucas Roth there.
Yeah, I had a kind of similar glitch at race one at Paul Ricard. I didn't, it didn't teleport me to the pits, but I couldn't start my car, so I couldn't do anything. So yeah, it's a shame. Yeah, the game can be a fraud indeed sometimes.
Can indeed. Right, so through comes Hypertech now past Louis Allen. And then he's flashed his lights and Louis Allen's got back ahead of him. So Hypertech needs to get behind PN Motorsport here. He's got to get behind Daz and Smokey and Tibbs. He's coming through once again. He's through past Tibbs. He's trying to gain on the back of Smokey now. He's past Smokey, he's past Daz. Right. So Hypertech is now in position. After Hypertech, it should be Daz, which we know it is. After Daz, it should be Smokey Devil. Then it should be Tibbs, and then it should be Louis Allen. So we are all set to go. Monkey Boy will lead them away. Lucas Roth will be a lap down, so he's got work to do in this race to get back to the front of the pack. And this is going to be an interesting one. You've gone with Daz, I've gone with Tibbs. The chatter going the way of Daz as well. But let's see what will happen here. Nobody has gone the way of Smokey Devil, surprisingly, in the chat.
Well, he could be our underdog.
It could be indeed. Right, so Monkey Boy is about halfway through the lap now. And what's he going to do? When will he decide to get... How close will he decide to back the pack up? Can Daz, from the back of the pack, come against all odds and take a race win here? It's going to be a fascinating one to see, but it's Monkey Boy who's going to lead them away. What will happen? Ben, what are we expecting at turn 1?
Well, I hope a clean start. I hope there will be nothing wrong, because in AM at turn 2 there were things that shouldn't happen.
Yeah. Big
maybe
collisions.
Yeah. Maybe Pro-Am will be a bit more clear.
Yeah.
At least I hope it will be more clear.
Last night, chaos at turn 2, but Tech Leader was your AM champion by 1 point. Currently tonight there is 3 drivers that can win it, but Louis Allen can wrap the championship up in race 1 here. As they go double file now, Monkey Boy has held them all pretty close. He's done a good opening lap. The race start should be initialised any time soon. It is now. Smokey Devil warming them tyres up still. I don't think he needs to here, because we are green and go for the penultimate time of the season. It is round 19 and they're all spaced out. All Bryn taps Monkey Boy into the side of Bryn. They all managed to keep going. PN's in the wall and Tibbs is now around. So it all, and now Daz and Monkey Boy come together and they push Hypertech off. So it's all push and shoving at turn 1. It's gone horribly wrong, but it's Bryn who leads from DJ Phil with Smokey Devil already up into third. Daz is looking up the inside. He taps the back of Smokey and again. And is this going to allow Daz through? He's up the inside of Smokey Devil. They both get past DJ Phil, and it has all gone horribly wrong at the start of this race. And one man who's a lap down may be thankful that he wasn't in the pack. There is Lucas Roth.
Well, it didn't work
no.
that well, but at least Daz kind of had a clear start, but he has a little bit of damage at the bumper.
He does, and it's Bryn who leads the way at the moment to Smokey Devil on the back of Daz, trying to defend from DJ Phil at the moment. DJ Phil defended from Louis Allen, and Louis Allen gives DJ Phil a tap up the rear, manages to give him the place back and holds it through the chicane, but Louis Allen looking in the middle sector on DJ Phil. Phil gives him the space. Now Louis Allen has to give Phil the space, and DJ Phil keeps hold of this place at the moment, and Louis Allen now gets to run around the outside. It's going to be brave stuff around here. Phil backs out of that one. He was all over the curb, and now Hypertech's looking to challenge on the back of Phil, but Phil at the moment is through. Louis Allen is through on DJ Phil as Monkey Boy looking up the inside of Hypertech down 3 corners from the end. And here comes Hypertech.
That was Bryn.
What's happened to Bryn? Daz is off as well.
I don't know.
Did Daz hit him? Because Daz has dropped down the order.
Yeah, maybe they had a collision that we didn't see. So it should be now. Smokey is leading the race.
So Smokey Devil leads the race here, and he's got a lot of work to do if he's to win this championship. But it's Louis Allen who is in second place as they come across the timing screen. DJ Phil is on the podium from Daz Automatic. Hypertech side by side with Tibbs at the moment. Tibbs losing out in his championship fight to Louis Allen. Monkey Boy's just in the background as well, and Hypertech up the inside of Tibbs. This could be another place done here for the Ferrari. They're still side by side through turn 1. Great little run down into turn 2 they're going to have now. Tibbs will have the inside line over Hypertech as in towards turn 2. Daz up the inside of DJ Phil, so Daz is on the podium, and that is a move done for exit Tibbs. And now Monkey Boy's looking to attack the back of Hypertech. Bryn's down in 8th, PN 9th, and Lucas Roth in 10th, but there are a lot of cars carrying damage here Ben.
Yeah, I think maybe Smokey is the one who survived without damage.
Yeah, I think he's got a little bit from attack from Dan on the Daz on the rear, but nothing too much. It's looking at Smokey Devil though. Louis Allen's really closing on the back of him. Louis Allen's not won a race all season, let's not forget. And all of a sudden he's in the box seat to win the race. Will Daz attack him? That's the biggest question. DJ Phil under pressure now from Tibbs as Monkey Boy right on the back of Hypertech. Bryn's going to try and hunt these two down. And Lucas Roth's already caught the train. So if he starts to lap drivers, you feel he could get it done. Monkey Boy gets a good run. He's going to go to the outside of Hypertech. Can't get the move done there, though.
Yeah, it's a little bit of... he went over a curb a bit too much.
See, that could be the warning for the track limits there for Monkey Boy.
Yeah, it may be.
As Louis Allen right up the rear end of Smokey Devil here. Louis Allen's Honda just looks the better car around here. That should make Mike Matthews and Emplava smile tomorrow night as here comes Louis Allen then. Rounds the final corner. It's yet to take a win. Louis very wide out the final corner and down the start straight. They're bringing Daz with them as well. Smokey Devil has to defend from his championship rival. He has to get cars to overtake Louis Allen. Louis got to pull to the inside. Best of the late breakers into turn one. Louis Allen can't get it done there.
Smokey was a bit better on the brakes and now he has the better exit, so he maintains the lead, I think, for this lap.
He does at the moment. Bryn's gaining on Monkey Boy at the moment. That gap's down to 1.5 seconds as Monkey Boy still can't get past Hypertech, but out front Louis Allen is going to try and make this move happen wherever it happens, even into Peaceful Step. Dad in the chat as Daz Automatics now running right up the rear wing of his teammate and his Constructors champion partner Louis Allen. Daz then will want to race win himself, but he's got to make sure his teammate doesn't lose out in this championship. At the moment he will win the championship in this race as Daz still behind, but he's got Tibbs on the back, and if Tibbs gets past Daz here, Tibbs is going to really want to attack Louis Allen.
Yeah, so if Louis Allen wants to win this race, he looks faster than Smokey, so he should get past Smokey as soon as possible, because this little fight actually caught up Daz and also Tibbs.
Smokey had a bit of a wiggle coming through the left-hander there, and that's allowed Louis Allen just to get on the back of him a little more. Tibbs is now with these cars. So Tibbs, like we say, he wants to clear Daz early on, and he wants to clear Louis Allen as early as possible so that Louis Allen loses more points in the championship. As Louis Allen's looking to get a run round the outside. Smokey's wide at the penultimate corner. He'll have the inside line for the final corner. Smokey surely has that one covered now. Yes, he does. But Louis Allen looks like he's got a better run. Daz thinks he's going to try and tuck up the inside. They're all now all over the back of each other as they come down the start straight. 1, 2, 3, 4 for the lead. Here comes Louis Allen defending his Smokey Devil. They're all line of stern. Daz pulls back to the racing line. Now Louis Allen pulls across. Daz is going to tackle the inside his teammate, but make sure to not go into the back of him as Louis Allen very wide at the exit of turn one. And is he going to get the run on Smokey Devil here? Tell you what, that could be a move done off the circuit. Sure, the stewards will look at that as Louis Allen backs out, and Daz...
What happened with...
Yeah, I wonder if Louis Allen backed out there because he was off the track.
Yeah, I thought he... I think he thought it was a bit unfair, so he backed out, but that made Daz to pass him. But of course, maybe team orders can play.
Well, the problem now for Louis Allen is if Daz doesn't let him through quickly, Louis Allen has got Tibbs attacking him. Monkey Boy has lost out to Bryn somewhere, so Bryn can now come and try and attack DJ Phil. These lot are all way off the back of the front four. PN 6 seconds, but he's got big damage on his car. Lucas Roth sticking with Monkey Boy, so he's unlapped himself at the moment. But with this overtaking and shuffling by Daz and Louis Allen, Smokey Devils just gap these front the other three a little bit at the moment.
Yeah, it looks like to be an amazing fight for this top four.
The question for Daz is, what's he going to do now?
Louis went a bit wide.
Went very wide there. Daz is right on the back of Smokey Devil. What is Daz going to do then? Because his teammate coming under pressure from Tibbs here. What's he going to do? As Smokey goes wide again at the penultimate corner. Yeah, that's twice in a row now, Ben, but he manages to get it all sorted out for the final corner as Daz got very, very close to the rear end.
A bit close, yeah.
And Daz, what can he do then as Louis very wide
Louis
out the final corner?
wide.
I tell you what, Ben, we could see some drive-through penalties popping up in this race. Oh, Hypertech's lost connection. We've lost Hypertech. If he can get back in...
Oh, no.
Hypertech, if you can get back in and try and score as many points as Daz goes up the inside. Tap Smokey Devil. And now what happens, because Smokey's off, Louis Allen's now off. Smokey still leads this race. It's now Tibbs in second. Daz is now P3. Louis down into fourth. And all of a sudden the championship taking another swing. Hypertech, if you can get back in, mate, just try and get it back in, buddy. And get yourself to score some points at the end of this one.
Oh, I don't know who was at fault at that, because Smokey defended the inside, but that's just launched it.
Well, I'll tell you something, Ben. Bryn's got past DJ Phil now. He's been charging. He's got past Monkey Boy. He's got past DJ Phil. If these four keep fighting, could we see DJ Phil on the back of these four in a few moments' time? Pit window should open at the end of the next lap.
Yes, of course. The more fight there is, the more chance for Bryn and DJ Phil to catch up to these four.
Louis Allen needs to regain onto the back of this pack as well. So Bryn was 5 seconds behind Louis Allen at the last sector time. We're coming up to the next one now. We'll see what the gap is to Bryn. It was 5.6 last time around. Louis Allen 1.5 off the back of Daz in third place now. But for Smokey Devil, this could be big points over Louis Allen in this championship race. Bryn 5.7, so lost a 10th actually in the middle sector. As Smokey now gets that penultimate corner neatened up. Tibbs is right on the gearbox of Smokey Devil's BMW.
Who's that? Because that's a Bentley.
Monkey Boy then.
Someone joined Monkey Boy.
Oh no, Bentley's joined. That's Kieran Argent.
Is there.
So that's Kieran Argent. So Kieran will be able to get away and drive here. He'll be able to score points as well.
It looks like Argent is in the lobby. But and Hypertech is back too.
Hypertech's back too, so that's great to see Hypertech back in. So Argent's in, as is Hypertech. So we are up to 11 drivers. Good evening, Nicky. Very well, thank you yourself, buddy. But at the minute we have a top 3 battle. Louis Allen trying to catch back up. Bryn dropping off the pace of Louis Allen. So even though he's got clear of Monkey Boy and DJ Phil, he's not had the pace to catch up to the others in front. But at the minute, Tibbs is really putting pressure on Smokey Devil. Daz took a line on the exit of turn 4. Track limits could be playing a part here in this race very shortly.
The pit window is now open.
I'm expecting a lot of drivers to pit here.
Me too. And actually Smokey is defending really well.
He really is. I think it's easy for Smokey. I mean, it looks like he's got a good car down into turn 1, and then it's easy to fend that to turn 2 for the rest of the lap. But we'll see what happens. Louis Allen slowly closing that gap on the 4 as DJ Phil has lost out to Monkey Boy. And Lucas Roth is going to try and unlap himself from DJ Phil as well. He's already unlapped himself from PN. That gap's pretty big, and I imagine we're going to see drivers coming into the pit. So let's see now as they come through the penultimate corner here at the Hungaroring. Will anybody pit on this lap? Smokey Devil, what's he going to do? He's not in. Neither's Tibbs. Daz straight in.
Maybe Daz.
Louis Allen straight in as well. So the Titan Aura Racing team are straight into the pit lane. What is Bryn going to do? He's going to box straight away. Monkey Boy is going to stay out. What will DJ Phil do? Him and Lucas Roth stay out. And now, we've lost Hypertech again. Hopefully Hypertech can get back in then. So it seems like he's having internet problems on his end as PM Motorsport straight into the pits. So it's the front 2 stayed out on track. Tibbs and Smokey Devil. They're the 2 to watch at the moment.
Well, I think Louis Allen and Daz maybe are going for an undercut.
Yeah, 100%. 100% they're going for an undercut.
So if Smokey and Tibbs fighting, so if they start fighting a bit more, then maybe they can win time. Because they will have a clear track ahead of them. After
the interesting thing here is if they have damage, will any of these other cars come out in front of them? The question is, Argent's not really in this race. PM we know is going to have a lot of damage, but what about Bryn and Daz? They're the other 2 to get. Bryn and I know it's just Bryn, apologies. They're the guys to watch. Daz and Louis away. Daz doesn't look like he's repaired his damage. Thomas Marshall, Phil for top position. He says, well, Louis Allen has jumped Daz in the pit lane. Bryn, he's now away, and PM Motorsport in for the long haul pit stop here. But Tibbs right on the back of Smokey Devil as Hypertech is now back in once again. So hopefully he can get in and stay and score some points in this race. And Tibbs getting awfully close to the back of Smokey Devil here.
Yeah, Smokey has to really defend hard, and now he is coming into the pits.
Yeah, they both come in.
Oh, they both.
So they both react to Daz Automatic and Louis Allen's pit stop. PN still not away yet. Hypertech and Argent can get away. PN is now dropped and can go. Monkey Boy is going to stay out. DJ Phil is going to stay out as well. So at the moment, DJ Phil back out on the track so far. And PN did not go a lap down, crucially, there. But the question is, Louis Allen, where is he compared to... Keep your eyes on when Smokey Devil and Tibbs go green, because that's when you know they're going to be away at this one. So DJ Phil will actually be second place in this race. Monkey Boy will lead it at the moment. And it is very, very crucial to see what happens. Car 35 in the background. Daz has had a nightmare. He's gone off well wide. He's back on the track. He didn't repair his damage, though, did Daz? Or it doesn't look like he has anyway. But Louis Allen now is coming into the penultimate corner. Smokey Devil and Tibbs still not yet away. This could be close for Louis Allen to jump these two in the pits.
I'm watching when Smokey is going.
Louis into the final corner. Louis Allen exits the final corner now. I think Louis will jump them as well. Smokey Devil is now green. He's away. Tibbs a little longer in the pits. Here comes Louis Allen, the Honda that hasn't won a race all season. Louis Allen leads this race. He hasn't won a race at all this year, but Louis Allen jumps Smokey Devil. Where's Daz Automatic? He's coming down towards turn one as well. And now he jumps Tibbs. So the leaders shuffle again. Bryn's not a million miles away off the back of these, you know. He's not far from Tibbs as Hypertech and Argent still in the pit lane. And Monkey Boy, he'll be the next car to pit. Let's see if he comes in this lap.
It looks like the undercut has worked, and tell you what, I think Daz Automatic should be in front of Smokey if not for that mistake.
Yes, I'd agree with you there. I would agree with you there then. So 5 minutes left in the window. We're nearly at the halfway stage of the race. Now Monkey Boy thinks, right, I'm going to box. I'm going to bring it into the pits, and I'm going to see what I can do now. DJ Phil, he thinks better of it. Lucas Roth as well hasn't pitted. He now comes in. Lucas Roth was actually only 8 seconds off the back of PN. So for Lucas Roth here, he's now on the same lap as PN. What will he do in this race at the moment? And let's see if Hypertech gets back into this race. He is now away. So Hypertech's got to drive round and come back into the pits, although he's pretty much last, so you know it's not going to matter too much if he doesn't do his pit stop, really. Monkey Boy in and stops. DJ Phil still going. DJ Phil will lead this race. Louis Allen is coming up to the penultimate corner. He's got a 7-second lead over Smokey Devil, by the way. So Louis Allen,
that's a lot.
Yeah, he's really jumped Smokey Devil.
So maybe for the first time Louis Allen will win a race. This is the best way to.
Yeah, this will be the way to win his championship. Louis Allen winning his first race of the season. Through the final corner comes Smokey Devil. Then there's Daz, whose car looks even more battered. I think Daz has got more damage here.
Yeah.
Tibbs trying to hunt down Daz. Bryn, he's coming round. Bryn was ahead of Monkey Boy before the pit stops. Monkey Boy went a little longer than Bryn. Lucas Roth has jumped Monkey Boy now. And Bryn, 6.5 off the back of Tibbs. He's jumped Monkey Boy once again. Lucas Roth exits the pit lane. Where is PN Motorsport then, as Argent is now out on track as well? So where is PN Motorsport? PN is in the final sector
right now,
as Lucas Roth exits turn one. So Lucas Roth has that much to do in 13 minutes.
And I don't know if Daz's damage been a bit worse than it was before.
Yeah,
because
I think it is.
His hood is now limping a little.
Yeah, I think it is. It doesn't seem to be slowing him down, though. He's not losing too much to Smokey Devil.
Yeah.
DJ Phil, he's going to extend his run here. He's going to go long yet again. He's going to push it right to the wire, is DJ Phil. And, well, here he goes. 3 minutes left on the pit window, so he's got time. It's 1 minute 40 a lap. He's probably got to pit at the end of this lap he's just started. So DJ Phil leads the race from Louis Allen, but DJ Phil's yet to pit, so he will tumble down the order when he pits. Smokey Devil, though, has got work to catch Louis Allen. Daz is behind him. Then it's Tibbs. We'll see the gaps in a moment. Smokey Devil, 8.2, so he's actually lost even more time to Louis. Tibbs within 0.6 of Daz now, and Bryn's not a million miles away. What's his time as he comes through the sectors? Bryn, 8.3 to Tibbs.
And I think that fight will continue soon, just without Louis Allen.
Thomas in the chat, could we see a penultimate win for DJ Phil? No, because he's got to pit and a pit stop takes too long and the boys are going to pass him. So
yeah,
I don't think we'll see a penultimate win now, but he might win the last race of the season. You never know. Coming up a little shortly as Tibbs now has got a good run on Daz. Daz's car looks a little battered and bruised. And he's now got to defend from Tibbs. But you have to say, Louis Allen could wrap the championship up in this first race.
Yeah, he really has a great chance now. So he's got 11 minutes to bring that car home, and he even extended his gap between Smokey. So it's now 8 seconds.
Oh, Daz has had another moment. He's bounced off the wall.
Oh no!
An exit. Tibbs has got through.
Did he lost it on his own, or they come together with Tibbs?
No, I think he just lost it on his own, and I bet Daz was wishing for another day in paradise because it's not going his way at the moment. And Bryn is going to be all over the back of him here.
I don't think so. I think Daz will return to the pits for repairing damage because the car looks horrible.
Well, at the moment,
state.
He's got the benefit of Louis Allen. He's technically leading this race. DJ Phil comes in the pits. Yeah. Daz is so slow through the chicane. In fact, he pulls off.
Yeah, he can't even.
Yeah, to let Bryn get through.
Yeah, even his windshield is shattered. So.
What a shame for Daz because he's had great pace. If Daz is struggling in this car, I tell you what, Lucas Roth here. If Daz has got a lengthy pit stop, Lucas Roth could unlap himself here and maybe get on the back of him. Where's PN? PN's coming up to turn 4. So Lucas Roth is about 2 sectors behind PN as he now unlaps himself from Daz. And Monkey Boy's only about 3 corners from Daz at the moment. So let's see what Daz does here.
Yeah, I would be really surprised if he doesn't pit.
Yeah, very, very much the same. Very much the same. I'm expecting this McLaren to pull left. Or just naturally go left. He's coming in. What a shame for Daz because he's had good pace in this first race.
Yeah, of course, that fight for the lead between these 4 drivers was really awesome to watch.
Here comes Monkey Boy now. He's going to pass Daz. Daz is now just on his limiter. Monkey Boy's going to come flying past Daz. PN, you would imagine, will pass Daz. Keegs got past Daz before the end of the lap. Now, the crucial thing for Keegs here is, as I saw Hypertech in the pits, but he didn't change his tyres. Not that it's going to matter for Hypertech. The crucial thing for Keegs here is Daz isn't yet stopped in his box. Daz is stopped now. Keegs is at turn 3. Now, you'd imagine Daz is going to have, a hefty pit stop. If he's changed his tyre change off, then he'll be able to just repair the damage. But keep your eyes on Lucas Roth. Lucas Roth could be up an extra place here then. And Louis Allen 10 seconds in the lead, but the guys who are fighting for that championship fight are fighting for second place at the moment because Tibbs is right on the back of Smokey Devil with 9 minutes to go as Daz didn't pit.
That is interesting.
He's returned to pits. So now Daz has got he's got a 2-minute wait now. So Daz will be in my heart and my thoughts tonight.
Yeah, it's a bit sad end to this race for him.
So that'll put Lucas Roth up another position. That puts Lucas Roth P9. If Hypertech hadn't disconnected, he'd be up another place. Let's go Tibbs, says Tracy in the chat. Good evening, Tracy. Well, your man Tibbs, he's on the back of Smokey Devil at the moment. And what can he do as he exits the final corner now? What's he got in the tank to get past Smokey Devil? Smokey, though, still looks like he's driving a bit of a damaged BMW.
Yeah, and I think I have to apologize for that because the commentator's curse is real. Because I voted him to be the winner of this race, and
yeah, I said Tibbs, and he's battling for 3rd. So what a shame.
Daz.
Yeah, apologies Tibbs and Daz. So Hypertech now, he's got Bryn coming towards him. He's 2 laps ahead of Kieran Argent, and exit Tibbs. He's the one who is pushing to try and get on the back of Smokey Devil. In fact, try and get past Smokey Devil here as well.
And I think Lucas Roth now overtook Daz.
Yeah, I think he has. I think we're just waiting for it to go through the sector times for that to change. And Lucas Roth to PN. So 2 sectors is pretty much the gap. Lucas Roth coming up to sector 1. PN coming to the start line. So it is pretty much still 2 sectors. And yep, Lucas Roth has got himself ahead of Daz Automatic. But it's still this battle, BMW versus McLaren at the moment.
And Louis Allen extended his gap to 10 seconds.
Yeah, he's flying at the moment, isn't he? He's absolutely flying.
At a tiny circuit like this, it's really a lot of gap.
It is indeed. DJ Phil currently running a good P5, 5 seconds ahead of Monkey Boy.
Oh. Tibbs is all over at the back of Smokey.
Smokey struggled for pace tonight, hasn't he? It feels like Smokey's had to defend more than he has attacked tonight.
Yeah, but... Oh. He just had a snap over still, but yeah, he's doing his job really well.
Yeah, he is. He really is. Tibbs now needs a good run out the final corner to get ahead of Smokey Devil. Down the start straight they come for the 11th time to start that 12. Gap's 0.2 of a second. Smokey Devil goes into the middle of the road here to just try and defend his line. Comes fully across. Is Tibbs going to pull out? He does now. We saw last night, though, so many cars outbrake themselves into turn 1. Smokey Devil gets it absolutely bang on and hits his apex as Monkey Boy is starting to gain on DJ Phil at the moment. It's all about this battle, Tibbs and Smokey Devil.
And Daz is still in the pit.
Yeah, this is a horror show for Daz at the moment. If he's not careful, Hypertech could get past him.
Well, yeah, I think he's 4 laps away from him.
Oh, maybe. Tibbs getting closer to Monkey Boy. Yeah, Hypertech's on lap 6. Daz is on lap 10. Kieran Argent's on lap 4, so, you know, depending on where Kieran Argent is, possibly if Daz is back out the pit, so, yeah, that's that one done.
Ah, yeah.
Daz back out.
Yeah, P9 is still a points finish.
It's still points. Still points in the bag. Points mean prizes, and for Daz, you know, you look at the points he's on, he'll get closer to Sutty Apex and Sekulovic. You know, I don't think he can get Sekulovic tonight, but he'll definitely get closer to Sutty Apex in that championship. Sutty obviously on holiday. But let's see what happens here.
Well, good for him.
As Tibbs is trying to just look underneath Smokey Devil here at the moment. He's really having a look here, there and everywhere, but Smokey's BMW, he's just there. He can't seem to get past.
Yeah, Smokey's like a wall tonight that you can't even pass.
Well, he comes across again.
A bit of a waving on the straight.
Yeah, he comes across again. A little weavy, but he comes across to get to Tibbs, and Tibbs is going to have to pull to that outside line again. Try and make Smokey Devil, who's missed his braking this time by an absolute mile.
No.
An exit Tibbs goes straight through. And that is exactly what Tibbs needed. We saw the mistakes last night, and that was textbook from exit Tibbs. He's up to P2. Smokey's got the hard work to. Bryn's currently running in a quiet 4th place, and DJ Phil, well, he's got 4 minutes left, and Monkey Boy is only 3.5 seconds behind, so Monkey Boy's going to be coming for DJ Phil here.
Yeah, and this little fight between Tibbs and Smokey made a gap between Louis Allen and Tibbs 13 seconds. So three more seconds to this, to the gap between second and first.
Awesome, says Tracy in the chat, and that it was. It was awesome. He set him up. Smokey outbreaks himself.
Tibbs.
And Tibbs just gets through. Monkey Boy, though, 3.5 still to DJ Phil. What's it going to be at Sector 1? Monkey Boy really trying to hunt down DJ Phil. Phil and PN Motorsport, let's not forget, fighting for second place in the Constructors against Exit Tibbs because Max Mulder's not here. Well, that gap's now 2.9 seconds. He's pulled 0.6 of a second out to DJ Phil. 3.5 minutes left, just over, in this race. And Tibbs has already pulled a 1.1 second gap over that of Smokey Devil. Bryn a bit further back at the moment, though.
Yeah, so I think if nothing wrong happens with Louis Allen, maybe this will be his first race win this season.
Have to agree. Right, PN's just gone through Sector 2. Lucas Roth is well through Sector 3, so Keegs is catching PN, but he's just going to run out of time in this race at the moment.
So, actually, we now don't really have a close fight to watch.
The closest one, Smokey's losing to Tibbs. Monkey Boy has pulled another 0.4 out of DJ Phil in the middle sector. So the closest fight is Monkey Boy and DJ Phil, who gets another 0.2 in the final sector. So with about, 2 laps to go here? Possibly 2 laps to go, yeah. Monkey Boy is taking time out of DJ Phil while Smokey's losing it to Tibbs. Monkey's taking it out of DJ Phil.
Yeah, and Bryn is being really comfortable at P4.
Yeah, 15.9 behind, just steady P4 for Bryn. There's PN 29 seconds off the back of Monkey Boy. Hypertech and Argent. Obviously joined. Hypertech had internet problems. Argent joined late, but it's good to see that we've got an extra driver in for race 2. And Monkey Boy took a 10th out to fill in sector 1, so he's slowly coming on DJ Phil. Is Monkey Boy. Smokey Devil, has he had a mistake somewhere? Because he's now all of a sudden 3.1 seconds off. Can't see much damage to the car, so maybe just running wide somewhere. But struggling nonetheless.
And nobody got drive-through penalties.
Oh, we've got Smithy in for race 2. So there we go, we've got Smithy in for race 2.
Oh.
Nobody's got drive-through penalties yet.
Good old Smithy.
Louis Allen, where's he? He's at turn 2. So I wonder if we're going to get this lap and one more. He possibly has time to slow down a little bit. Monkey Boy lost a 10th. Tracy in the chat. Good evening to Tibbs' grandpa that's watching. Well, good evening, Grandpa Tibbs. Hopefully you're enjoying the show and your man is putting on a good run for P2 at the moment. Right, Monkey Boy to DJ Phil. What's the gap now? It was 2.3. It's the closest fight on track. The gap is now 2.2. Monkey Boy's not catching in time. Is this the last lap of the race, though? Louis Allen's at the chicane. 46 seconds to go. What do you think?
Well, it will be close. But, yeah, I think maybe. So we have a good chance to be the last lap.
So let's see then, as here comes Louis Allen, 26 seconds. He's got 12 seconds to play with. So could possibly just start to ease off the throttle. Although he's not had a race win. I don't think he's going to want to ease off that quickly because he's going to want to make sure he gets to the end. Although 11 seconds, I think he's going a bit steady here. I think he's going to make this one, the final lap of the race. There's 8 seconds left. I think for the first time this season, we're going to get Louis Allen to take the race win. The checkered flag will fly now. Louis Allen is going to be your race winner here for race 1 of the night at Hungaroring. Louis Allen is your race winner. Exit Tibbs is going to come home for P2. I can also confirm that Louis Allen is going to be your champion for Season 2 here in the Pro-Am. It's Tibbs who comes home P2. Smokey Devil will take 3rd place. Argent crosses the line in the background. So Louis Allen is your champion. Bryn is going to come home for a nice P4. Monkey Boy, all of a sudden 1.1 seconds off the back of DJ Phil Green. So we'll keep our eyes on that one as we go down. Here comes Bryn then for that solid P4 result. Good drive from him. DJ Phil, though, has to get the last corner right. Can he hold on to that P5? He's got to get it right. He's got to get the exit right. Monkey Boy has just left it a little too late. Does DJ Phil manage to cover Monkey Boy off? Looks like it's going to be DJ Phil to take P5. Good result for him. Monkey Boy P6. PN Motorsport then a bit way behind at the moment. He's P7 and will keep hold of 7th place as Lucas Roth has crossed the line in P8. Daz Automatic. Disappointing race for him. He will be P9 and we wait now for PN Motorsport to get to the line. But Louis Allen is your driver's champion. And that is fantastic to see from him. His first win and he takes the championship.
I think I didn't even see a better way to finish a championship. He's been really consistent all season. And he wins his first race to win his championship.
He won it.
Amazing.
He needed Tibbs to outscore him by 8 points, but he didn't do that. So Louis Allen is your Season 2 champion in the Honda. And that is fantastic.
Maybe donuts.
Well, we'll see if we get donuts at the last part of the night. We'll see what he does now. But Louis Allen, your champion in this first race. We've got the last race of the season coming up as he dives back into pit lane. As Tibbs goes second, Smokey Devil 6 points behind him. So there's a fight on there. Daz Automatic a point behind Sooty Apex now, so he's got a chance of gaining some points. Hypertech has moved himself up into 8th as Bryn is catching PN for the top 10. We, though, are going to be right back in a few moments' time. Don't go anywhere. Right, I'm just going to
Wow.
pop to the toilet, buddy. Yeah.
Me too, me too.
First win, and he takes the championship. Back in a second.
This is amazing, yeah. Oh.
Need to get him away this week. Right. I'm back. Is there anybody in here? No, it's me and you.
I'm here.
Yep. Sweet.
Oh. Oof.
Oh, have we just lost another driver? Yep, Smokey.
Oh, did we?
Smokey.
Oh no. Oh.
Oh, he's back.
All right.
Okay, that's that. That is that. Aston Martin go above Audi now in the constructors, in the manufacturers, by 6 points.
I didn't expect that to happen.
With you and Ripper tomorrow, you'll probably get them 6 points back easy.
Oh yeah. Oh, only 6 points. Oh well.
Car stats now then. So Honda goes to 17 wins and 52 podiums. BMW's tied. BMW's tied with Bentley now for podiums. Nice.
Wow.
So I better get a podium tomorrow then. I think is that Louis Allen's first ever race win at Simplay? Yes, it is. So his first ever race win wins in the championship.
This is amazing.
Fantastic. Brilliant.
It is. Wow.
You couldn't write a better script, really.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, even a scripted story can be better than this.
Yeah,
Like...
exactly. Exactly. Oh, Argent, watch that white line. Watch that white line, boy.
Argy bargy.
Can do you, Argent.
I'll be curious about Smithy.
Yeah, let's see what he does. You know,
The loosey-goosey Porsche.
that could slide through turn 4 a few times, I reckon. Well, I'm just going to jump in a quick part to say congratulations to Louis. I'll be back in a second.
Okay.
Fuck off, Tony.
I'm not heard him.
Fuck off yourself.
So what you want, Jay, is you want face value of both sides, yeah?
Yep, because even if he hasn't got it on, he always watches the screen back.
I'm going straight off the bat with them two then.
Lovely, good man.
Lovely, yeah,
good
I'll wait for your comment in the YouTube chat.
man. Sweet.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, no worries, back to it. Best of luck, boys.
Yeah. Yeah.
Except you, Tony, you fucking useless cunt.
Nice to know you care.
You know I do. You know I do. Right. Right. What did Louis say in the chat?
Oh,
Thanks, guys. Congrats to Smoky Devil. So hard to overtake. Also to Tibbs. Great race. Yeah. Said congrats to him, but I don't think his English is very good, so I don't think he quite understood what I was saying to him.
Yeah. Well, But he summed up the Hungaroring quite well.
That was a crazy race, though, because any of them four could have won that.
Yeah.
Right. Last race this season.
Yeah, and I'm actually quite surprised that the Hungaroring managed to bring a last race like that.
Well, everybody's done now, aren't they, for the championship? It's all won, so it's all
Yeah.
gloves off. No holds barred. Let's see what happens. Who's left out there at the minute? Is it just Monkey and Arjun? Yeah. Because Phil's done. Jeez, Argent. Stop her from twitching a little bit.
The overheating issues.
Fucking hell, that was a bit twitchy.
Yeah.
5, 4. Welcome back then, ladies and gentlemen, to Simplay Motorsport here for the final race of the season. It is round 20, and it is here at the Hungaroring. Once again, it's race 2. Louis Allen is your champion, 340 points. It's a game on for second between Tibbs and Smoky Devil, though. That is one to keep our eyes on in this next race. Daz can get in the top 5 ahead of Sooty Apex, as well as Bryn trying to get into the top 10. DJ Phil trying to get into the top 10 as well. Keegs looks like he's going to be finished in 13th place. Monkey Boy could try and get himself ahead of X-Fate Silent, but would need the win to get himself ahead of that one. Smithy could try and get ahead of Monkey Boy as well in this race, as that is all that done. We know the Constructors was done as well last week, and Ferrari have now confirmed themselves as third place in the Manufacturers' Championship. Another thing to note, and this will hype Ben up for tomorrow night, Aston Martin have gone 6 points clear of Audi. But there's 2 Aston Martins out there at the minute trying to score some more points to pull them even further away. So you've got a job to do tomorrow.
Yeah, I will be curious how the pro race will end up tomorrow.
Right, we're into the Sunday session now. It's a fantastic day. 5 degrees and 46 degrees track temperature. But we're in that stage of the day now where... Is it 3 o'clock? Yeah, it is 3 p.m. Where the track temperature and the air temperature may start to drop as this qualifying goes on, and as the race goes on.
And the track is now optimum.
Yep, track is now optimum. Surely though, with these last final parts here, the track temp going down is going to help these drivers a little bit.
Well, sure, it's sure that it will help him, but help them. Maybe, let's see. So, the degrees didn't really change so much in the first race.
Well, one man who we saw both sides of in this first session was Daz Automatic. Great in practice, but a little off the pace in the race. But will he be giving us the full face value of his pace in that McLaren in qualifying? We're going to have to wait and see as he comes through into that first sector. He will be the man on the second flying lap here, as he is going to be behind this of Monkey Boy. Will be the first man out on track. Louis Allen, your current champion, isn't out on track setting a lap time at the moment. So we'll see what he does in this session a little later on. Is he just thinking I'll start from the back? Now he's had the race based off the carnage of turn 1 in the first race.
Maybe. Actually, it doesn't really sound like a bad tactic, so he just won the championship with the last race, so he can get comfortable.
And as we found out in the break, I was looking through the stats pages here at Simplay Motorsport. That is Louis Allen's first ever race win at Simplay in 2 seasons, and it's the win that brings him the championship. You can't write stories better than that.
Yeah, I agree with that one.
One thing to note as well is Aston Martin in this second race will make its 100th race appearance here tonight. So that will be our race number 100. The Lexus will make race number 69. So Bryn's Lexus will be tied with the GT3 Renault from Project Cars 2 on 69 races apiece. this season. So that'll be an interesting one to see. So they'll be able to go above Renault tomorrow night with Shane Fury and Killer Camel out there on the track. In terms of the Audi's not going to gain on McLaren. In fact, it's lost out. In fact, the Audi to the McLaren, the McLaren has had 132 races more than the Audi this season.
Well, yeah,
must have been a popular car.
It's not. It was not the popular car, but like it looks like that Dan will drive the Audi, so I'd be curious to see that.
Yeah,
I think I will drive the Audi.
As Tibbs goes provisional pole at the moment. Yeah, I'm looking at changing car actually.
No.
Not going to go too much into it.
Well, the Audi is good for me. Of course, I will have. Yeah, I will have a test with maybe Bentley or something else.
Oh,
but I'm not really planning. Really planning to change it yet.
As we say good evening to you, MVDM. Louis is drinking champagne. Well, he's out on trees. In fact, no, he's still in the pits. He probably is drinking champagne, to be fair. No, he's in the pits still. So he's probably drinking champagne. And good evening to Gary. I believe Gary is watching from his hospital bed. So, Gary, hope you get better soon. Got a tough task on my hands to keep them Simplay Racing boys behind me tomorrow night. Gary, we wish you a speedy recovery. As Monkey Boy's still the lead car on a lap here. As Smithy does a lap and puts it in the pits. I hope Smithy comes back out to do a couple more. The track temp has actually dropped 1 degree already.
Yeah, so if Louis really is drinking a champagne, cheers. You totally deserve it.
Yeah, he does indeed. Brand new champion, Simplay Motorsport, which actually means while we're going through qualifying, in terms of the champions we've had, that is now our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Louis Allen is the 17th different champion at Simplay Motorsport since it started. Dan on Orthodub's a 6 times champ, myself a 4 times champ, Gary's a 2 times champ, Fury 3 times, and then 1 apiece for Falguest, Overtaker, Da Silva, Big Boy Brazier, Monkey Boy, Rabbit Joe, Little Leach, Max, Holty, Max Mulder, Holty, James, Ripper, Tech leader last night, and Louis Allen tonight as Tibbs, currently the man on provisional pole. It's Pienta next across the line. What is Tibbs going to do in the background? Is he going to extend that lead anymore? Argent will also settle lap time. Argent goes P5. Tibbs extends that gap a little bit, and it's going to be Lucas Roth next to come to the line to set a flying lap time. Tibbs has pulled over and will return to the pit lane, but Louis Allen is now on track.
Yeah, and the 2 McLarens pulled away with quite a big gap. As I can see.
Got some pace out there at the moment, haven't they?
Yeah.
Lucas Roth goes into P5 as Smoky Devil's nowhere near the end yet. Car 53. That was DJ Phil who stays P7. The next car to do a lap time will be that of Daz Automatic. So where's Monkey Boy actually? Is he returned?
Oh,
has Monkey Boy returned to the pit lane? Yeah, I wonder if Monkey Boy's returned to the pit lane next. He was ahead of Daz on track, so I wonder if he's gone back to the pits and then come out. Tomorrow night's qualifying could be interesting because 10 minutes, you really want to, get the best out of the car, push the tyres to the limit, but the track is that hot that you may have to pit and use a couple of sets of tyres here.
Yeah. So overheating will be an issue tomorrow that I'm afraid of. That actually didn't really seem that bad for these guys.
So through the final corner now, here comes Daz Smoky Devil in the background on an invalid lap. Daz gets that gap shorter. Bryn's currently P4 at the moment, just behind Monkey Boy. So can Bryn improve? Smoky Devil and Louis Allen yet to get a lap time in. PN Smithy, DJ Phil, all still in the pit lane. The next car will be Argent to do a flying lap. Bryn to the line. Still 3/10 off the back of Monkey Boy. Then what can Kieran Argent do? He's looking for another Bentley podium, possibly a first win for him. He should have had a first win at Kyle Army. Crosses the line, goes P3, 2.1 off the pace at the moment. Hypertech, he goes P6 ahead of Lucas Roth, who will be the next man to cross the line. So what can the Porsche do?
Excuse me. It's an interesting qualifying. Oh, bless you, Dan. Sorry, man. Yeah, I was just about to say that the qualifying looks exciting because for the gap to P1 and P2 is only 4 tenths, and then there's a really large gap, and then to P3 to P5 the gap is really close again.
Daz coming into the middle sector now. I think Smithy's possibly done with qualifying after his one lap. He's got one on the board. He's happy with that. There is a spinner. That was Bryn. Bryn's returned to the pit lane then. And Smoky Devil behind, yet to put a lap time in. Will want another lap time. Let's not forget McLaren are 2 pole positions away from its 50th, so could take one tonight. And it needs 1 win for its 50th as well. As Daz, oh, horrible final corner. That'll be a lap time invalid down to Smoky Devil now. Is that the tyres getting hot?
Yeah. The overheating, like I talked about that before.
So Smoky Devil to the line. Sorry, Ben.
Yeah, and actually the temperature went down to 45 from 46, so I count that as an improvement.
Yeah.
But really it's not much.
Sure, the drivers are going to want it to come down even more. At the minute, it's Kieran Argent then who's going to set the next time. Smokey's gone third with with 1 second off the pace of the others. So at the minute, so good for him. He's off the pace just by a second. Argent, is he going to improve now? No, doesn't improve this time around. Everybody's out on an invalid lap time until we get back to Daz Automatics till go again. Louis Allen still not set a lap time yet. He's down in P12 at the moment. Interesting to note, this season in AM, Sekulovic has took 4 pole positions. Smoky Devil has took 2. Everybody else has then took 1 or not had pole. So it's going to be interesting to see who's going to do what here. Who will take the final pole position? Daz doesn't have a pole position to his name. Neither does Tibbs. So them 2 on for their first pole position of their season.
Yeah. It looks like the fight for the pole position will go down between these 2. So I think we will have a new pole sitter here.
So Daz here then. Bryn's still in the pits.
It's 4 minutes left. Yeah, it's 4 minutes left, so still anything can happen. Maybe Smokey can find big time.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Louis Allen's not set a lap time yet, so see what he can do as here comes Daz once again towards the line. Smoky Devil has a big wiggle. Daz finds a bit more time. Did Smokey find any more? No, he had a big wiggle in the background. Core 95, that is our current champion of Louis Allen.
Daz.
In the background then, Daz returns to pits. Smokey pulled up and I think returned to pits. Argent's gone back to the pits. There's a yellow flag on the straight. Smokey now goes back to pits. So here comes Louis Allen. He goes P4, 1.2 off the pace at the minute. Oh, Lucas Roth
it's kind of basically it's kind of basically the same we saw in free practice earlier. So the 2 McLarens are pulled away, and then there's Smokey and Louis.
Tibbs there just cut the chicane, got it horribly wrong, and that's put him on an invalid lap for this time. He's returned to the pits. Will he come back out, fresh set of tyres, you'd imagine, and go again?
Yeah, well, maybe. I think everyone returned for a second is thanks to the overheating. Yeah. So I think the tyres are overheating.
As Hypertech goes wide, he's on an invalid lap. He stayed out on the track. He's going to try and start a valid lap now, as will DJ Phil behind him. And as will Monkey Boy behind him. All try and come through for another flying lap time here then.
Yeah. The
question is, Louis Allen's on a flyer at the minute still. Can he improve on his time? Let's go on board him at the moment. He is currently 6/10 up as well. So Louis Allen here at the moment. There he is. His nice chrome helmet with his blue overalls and gloves. He's clearly in a comfort zone. 7/10 up. And that's not far off the pole time at the minute. Louis Allen really going to try and challenge Daz and Tibbs here for that pole position. He's not had a pole this year. No, he did. He got pole last week at Laguna, which would give Honda its 14th pole position. I'll put it 2 behind the Ferrari.
Oh, he had a little wiggle at the last corner.
Yeah, he's had a big slide through there. That's possibly going to cost him a couple of tenths. Here comes Louis Allen to the line. But and how much did it cost him? Because it's only half a second.
Yeah, he had a launch for pole position. But this time was still enough for P3. Let's see, Smokey returns to the track to improve.
Yeah, Bryn stayed in the pits, Smokey's in the pits, Louis pitted, Tibbs still in the pits as well. So all them drivers in the pits cannot get a lap time in.
I think they won't have much time because it's only 1 minute and 20 seconds.
So let's see what happens here then in terms of Hypertech, who's currently on a valid lap time. He's got Monkey Boy behind him, who will get down to do another lap time. But for Daz, for Lucas Roth, and for car 53 of DJ Phil, who's... Is that 53? That's 52 of Argent. Argent will not get a final lap in here, so Argent's going to return to pits. It looks like, yes, he does. So it's Daz, Lucas Roth. Hypertech's going to improve his time now. Yes, he goes P7 and knocks Bryn down to 8th place. So it's 1 lap for Daz, because he's not going to get another one in after this. Can Daz take pole away from Tibbs?
He's looking good.
Well, he's actually currently, let me tell you this, we've just pressed drive on Daz. He's half a second up on his lap time at the moment.
Yeah.
So is this going to be against all odds? Could Daz get the pole position from Tibbs at the very death of qualifying? He's found another 10th coming into the final sector. Loses it through the corner. He's still half a second up here. Now goes back up to 6 tenths. Yeah, he's lost a bit on exit. He's found about half a tenth on the exit of the corner. Now what can he find through the final corner? Here comes Daz. He's found a bit more through the final corner. Daz is going to come down towards the start line now. And I tell you what, Daz, you'll be in my heart because you've taken pole position. What a lap that is from Daz Automatic. Absolutely fantastic from him there. Great lap at the end.
And actually, the best sector. So he had only the second sector to be the best. So he gained a lot of time in sector 2.
Hypertech here needs 3 tenths to go ahead of Monkey Boy, so we'll see what he can do at the moment. Smoky Devil, second row for him. So the top 4, pretty much what was the top 4 in that great epic battle in race 1.
And I think it will continue.
As Jay says in the chat, smashing lap time there from Daz. Indeed it was. What can Hypertech do? He's going to come to the line. Monkey Boy's putting it back in the pits. Hypertech could only find a 10th. He manages to just get out qualified by Monkey Boy there. So Hypertech down in 7th. Bryn, only 8th place for him. Not the best of qualifying for him. Lucas Roth down in 9th. Just no pace in his Porsche at the moment. Monkey Boy, though, will start P6 with Argent in 5th. DJ Phil down in 10th. PN in 11th. So if they want second place in the Constructors, so if Tibbs was to get second place in this race, Tibbs would score 23 points. East West Motorsports are currently 17 points behind SRO Pink McLaren. So if he scores 23 for a second place, if PN finishes 10th and DJ Phil 11th, that will only be 21, so they'll actually lose points to Tibbs. So they need to gain places on this one and see what happens to Tibbs in this race. Right. Final time this season, Ben. Who's going to win?
Or you might say, who should we put the commentator's curse on?
Yeah.
Well, it's a difficult choice. Yet again.
The difference is this time, I think, for Daz is Daz leads the race. He's not in the pack. He leads at the start.
Yeah, I'm so sorry, Daz, but I think I have to go with you again.
I'm going to actually give a shout out to Louis in this one. I think Louis could get his, like London Buses, could get his second race as quick as he got his first. So.
Yeah.
Let's see, the poll is in the chat.
Race, yeah, if Louis wins this race, it would be a better story than a scripted story.
It would be indeed. Dan Davis, where's the Rettier, he says on the grid. There is no Rettier in this one. Although, funny story, Ben, about Dan Davis. I was editing the Pro highlights earlier, and commentating on race 2 at Lagoon last week, and then all of a sudden I hear a smash on the floor, and PN commentates and goes, oh, something's broken. Dan went, yeah, it's a glass, don't worry. And then laughed. So I don't know what you did last week, Dan, but editing the highlights day, you must have smashed a glass. I'd love to know how you've done it, so please comment what happened when you smashed your glass last week. But that was quite funny. Just, you know, I'm just sat there doing highlights. I was talking to the wife a little bit, and all I heard was something smash. I thought it was my kids. To Turns out it was Dan.
Oh.
Turns out it was Dan on the stream. So yeah.
It's interesting.
If you want to see Dan Davis, he'll be back in his Retia next season.
Oh, really?
No, I don't think he will. I don't think he will. I don't think he will.
Yeah. Well, he won a race with Reiter. Like,
he did. 1-2.
Yesterday. So
1-2, won at Zandvoort as well. So 2 race wins in the Retia.
Yeah. Maybe he's too good.
Well, let's see. Right, the drivers are coming round. Oh, he put his headset, pulled the glass. I lost all my Fanta. Sad times. Yeah, very sad times then. You don't want to lose your Fanta ever.
Oh, and yeah, he said hell no to the Reiter.
Well,
he will drive the Audi. He will drive the Audi.
Well, it depends. At the minute, he might be in Pro-Am.
He will drive the Audi.
There will be a discussion, obviously, in the admin chat next week. Don't forget, for those Pro-Am drivers who are listening to the stream, keep your eyes on the event page on Discord after tonight. There will be a little thing popping up to see what your... if you're wanting to drive or not next season, just press confirm or decline on that one. There is no tentative option. If you press on that, it will be the same for Pro tomorrow. Where we'll have the option to see what is the plan before the sign-up sheets go out. So yeah, Dan is currently making a livery for the 6 Hour of Imola. That is in the new McLaren Evo for the Simplay Racing team. So good to see.
BMW
Pro-Am, question mark, yeah. Possibly. That'd be interesting. I think Dan needs to make a Ferrari livery and a Honda livery, because if Dan's going to do the thumbnails as he's done this year, he did the thumbnails based on who won on what championship car won it. So I think Dan needs to do a Ferrari livery and a Honda livery because of Tech Leader last night, Louis Allen tonight. He then needs to do an Audi livery on the PC because of Ripper in Pro, as well as his McLaren livery for his Simplay Racing drive on the PC on, I believe, the 26th of August. I'll be at Donington Park watching the racing with Fury. Daz and Keegs in the Simplay Racing team. If you want to keep up to date with Simplay Racing, again, check the Discord out. Or get on the guys' streams. Dan will probably be streaming his POV on the Saturday. 6 Hour of Imola for the team. And Daz and Keegs, they'll be in the 3 Hour of Silverstone on the Friday night. Me and Fury sadly can't make that one. As we, though, come to the final corner for the final time tonight. Next, Ben has gone for Daz again. I've gone for Louis Allen. Daz has really held the pack up at the end here. Looks like he's actually gave Tibbs the race lead here at the moment, but as the race start will be initialised in a minute. It is now. We, for the final time in Pro-Am, are green and go here at the Hungaroring. And it's a good start from Tibbs. He's really got away well here. Lucas Roth is looking to make up places in the background. He's already around the outside of the Bentley. He's looking down the outside as Hypertech's coming through the middle as well. That's a great move. Smoky Devil, though, spins him round, straightens him back up, and Hypertech goes away. Bryn has to take 2 off the track to get through, but it is currently Tibbs who leads the way. In fact, no, it's Daz Automatic who's got back in the lead. I didn't even see that, so it's Daz from Tibbs, from Smoky Devil. Monkey Boy's in the thick of things. Louis Allen there. There's Bryn and Lucas Roth going side by side from 8th and 9th on the grid. They're up the order a little bit already. And poor old Hypertech got spun round by Smoky at turn 1.
And also we had a clean start.
Yeah, pretty clean.
Woohoo.
Pretty clean. Smithy's up to 8th place as well, so he's had a good start. Argent's 11th. PN's dropped to 12th. But at the minute, Daz from Tibbs, from Smoky. Monkey Boy's got your current Pro-Am champion all over the back of him, trying to look up the inside at the chicane. It's not really an overtaking move, as then it's Bryn and Lucas Roth going tooth and nail into the middle sector. Smithy then has Hypertech, PN and Argent. DJ Phil and Argent, sorry, all over the back of him. And Smithy, this will suit Smithy down to the ground. He can just hold his line and drive his line here and not got to worry of the others. Tibbs losing out to Daz, pulling away though from Smoky. Monkey Boy very wide. Louis Allen very wide. Does this invite Bryn to have a look on the pair of them? Louis Allen now goes to defend as well as attack on Monkey Boy, and Bryn gets perilously close to the back of Louis Allen. There is Louis Allen's now going to look up the inside of Monkey.
Yeah. It's a really good first lap for a final race.
It is indeed. Did Louis Allen get past Monkey Boy there? No, he didn't. So it's Daz who leads across the line from exit Tibbs, 0.8 of a second. Smoky Devil dropping off the back. And then it's Monkey Boy. I've just found out UMVDM is the Ripper. Ooh. So, evening Ripper. Didn't realise that was you all season, and now I know who it is. As Louis Allen dives up the inside of Monkey Boy, they make a little bit of contact. Louis Allen's had a moment though, and here comes Bryn through the middle of the pair of them, and then here comes Lucas Roth as well to try and get past Monkey Boy, who's on the grass. Monkey's going to try and look up the inside of Keegs. Can't get it done though, and that is job done. Thank you, Mama, for the carrots. Good start at the moment.
It was a really awesome and clean start.
Very good start from all these drivers. PN and DJ Phil, by the way, 11th and 12th. That's not where they need to be if they're going to try and win this Constructors. But Daz has got Tibbs right on the back of his gearbox now, while Lucas Roth again looks to attack Bryn into the chicane. And Bryn has to end up cutting the chicane. So does Smithy in the background. He's off. He's in the gravel. He's got to let the pack come through here. That's a shame for Smithy.
Yes, it is, and Tibbs is gaining on Daz at the moment. A little.
Tibbs is gaining on Daz. Louis Allen's trying to gain on Lucas Roth. Monkey Boy's trying to gain on Louis Allen. Tibbs, though, right up the back of Daz. This is the start Daz needed to this race, Ben.
Yeah, it was much more cleaner than the last one. So maybe the commentator's curse finally not work, and let's see if he managed to win this race. But it's a really early call yet. But or who knows? Maybe Louis Allen goes for a strategic mastermind yet again, and
yeah, let's see what happens if he goes for the undercut. As Argent looks up the inside of Hypertech, can't get the move done there, so he tucks back in behind, but it's Daz from Tibbs. That gap's just extended a little bit. Lucas Roth losing out to Bryn here, while Louis Allen trying to really hunt Lucas Roth down, although Keegs on the brakes there, really closes up to the back of Bryn then. And the Lexus has looked good all season. It's obviously one of the Constructors winners' cars from Pro with Killer Performance Motorsport. As they come up the hill, Bryn, Keegs, Louis Allen, Monkey Boy just trying to stick to the back of these four. Argent gaining all over the back of Hypertech. DJ Phil ahead of PN for one final time, and Daz out front has now got a gap over a second, so he started to pull away from Tibbs a little bit.
Yeah, it's now 1.2. Last lap it was only 4/10, so that started to pull away a little. Ooh, there was a car stationary, I saw it on the map. It was Louis Allen.
Louis Allen's off. Right, so Louis Allen's had a moment. He's got front end damage. Monkey Boy is now going to get past Hypertech. So did Monkey Boy and him have a bit of contact? Because now Hypertech's got past Monkey Boy. Monkey Boy very squirrely through the corners. And Argent's now going to have a look up the inside of Monkey Boy, and Argent gets that one done, but Louis Allen's dropped to the back of the pack, and Monkey Boy is now tumbling down the order. He's got to defend from DJ Phil at the moment, but it's Lucas Roth who's still attacking the back of Bryn.
Oh, Louis Allen lost it on his own. I'm watching the replay. He took a bit too much curb on the chicane.
Well,
there and then
we go then.
With Monkey Boy.
There we go. So we'll see what happens now. But here comes Argent looking up the inside of Hypertech in towards turn one. Late breakers. Argent, he's got a habit of out-braking himself at times, but he gets that one absolutely pitch perfect up the inside. He will not want a second invitation there because it's job done as PN gets himself ahead of DJ Phil as well. So that is 9th and 10th for them two at the minute. So they're trying to make inroads in terms of that Constructors battle for second place. Tibbs currently scoring 23 points for 9th and 10th. They'll be scoring 23 points, and they currently need to outscore Tibbs by 17 points. So they need to make up a few more places as Argent's now ahead of Hypertech, Monkey Boy's on the back of Hypertech, and Lucas Roth still trying to get ahead of Bryn.
Yeah, and that is still pulling away from Tibbs. He only by a little margin, but he extended his gap to 5 seconds.
Yeah, so let's see what can happen. Tibbs actually pulling that gap back down a little bit. Bryn and Lucas Roth having a good fight. Argent pulling away from Hypertech as Monkey Boy's going to look around the outside of Hypertech now. Can't get it done there. Smithy has Louis Allen trying to get past him, and Louis Allen, tries around the outside. Difficult to get the move done there, though. Monkey Boy now looking up the inside of Hypertech, thinks better of it again. So interesting fights, couple of fights up and down the grid. Just adding Kieran and Louis and Smithy into the race has really opened it up as Louis Allen's got past him.
Yeah, at turn 12, which is a kind of rare spot to overtake.
Monkey Boy, closest fight on track with him and Hypertech as Lucas Roth has dropped behind a second to Bryn. So let's see what happens here then. But a good opening to this race. Sorry, Ben, go on.
Hypertech is behind Monkey Boy.
There's Dan in the chat.
Having a fight. And Argent went wide a bit.
Have you seen Dan's comment in the chat? Ben, I'm a big fan of your home track now.
It's really great to hear.
So Argent's gone a little wide. Louis Allen went a little wide as well. Argent's now got Monkey Boy and Hypertech right on the rear wing here on lap 4. Can't remember how many laps we did in the first race. Not quite sure how many we did there, but either way, Daz trying to get a lead in this one. They've dropped Smoky Devil. Bryn can't catch Smoky either, so looks like your podium could be pretty set at the moment.
Yeah, they pulled away quite a bit. It's now the other way around. So it's only at the back at P9 and
Hypertech has dropped off the back of this fight, but Argent had a big squirrely moment coming through down towards the final sector, and he's got Monkey Boy right behind him. DJ Phil looks like he's about to lose out to Louis Allen. He's gone very wide, and Louis Allen up the inside, so Louis gets past him. That means that Tibbs will now outscore PN and DJ Phil by 1 point in this race at the moment. But I tell you what, PN is not a million miles away from Hypertech to try and get that point back. Let's go, says Tracy in the chat. That's because Tibbs leads out front. What's happened to the leader?
Oh.
So we're watching the fights down the bottom of the track, and Tibbs leads the race.
It's interesting. I didn't see what happened. Maybe that's had his own moment.
He's got to have had a big moment.
It's the same, it's the same gap like it was before.
So it's pretty much swapped.
Places.
There's Dan in the chat asking best commentator at Simplay. There's not many options to choose from. There's me, you, Ben, Fury, PN. They're the only options really to choose from at the moment. As the pit window opens, are we going to see drivers come in to start with?
Oh. I'll try to find the replay of Daz. What's this number? 35.
So Daz has actually gained on the back of Tibbs. 6.5 tenths of a second between Daz and Tibbs in this one then. Louis Allen's gaining on the back of PM Motorsport in the background. They're coming in towards the final sector. But Daz now trying to put the pressure on to the front as Tibbs, he's gone for that undercut moment. He's gone for the early pit stop. Daz stays out. Smoky Devil is going to stay out. Jamie, of course, Jamie commentated last night as well. Bryn straight into the pit lane. Looks a little slow on entry, that does for Bryn. Lucas Roth stays out. Argent's gone very deep. Monkey Boy will not need a second invitation. He does, because he's not got past at the moment. As Monkey Boy comes in, Argent stays out. Ripper says that Ben is the best. Ben's fantastic commentator. I hope we can work together again in the future. Hypertech stays out. PN stays out. Louis Allen in. DJ Phil stays out. And Smithy in.
So, I watched the replay of that stunt, and he just took a bit too much curb at turn 9 and 10, and it wasn't a really big mistake, but it was enough for Tibbs to overtake him.
There we go then.
So
Ripper in the chat. I reckon you need to join Dan in the commentary box tomorrow night after the race, just so we can hear you as the champion. You know, say a few words at the end of the race. I think we need to get Ripper in the chat. Andy's the best. Kyo. Dan, I've never heard so much. Oh dear, yeah. If you can swear on stream, hey. Tibbs is out the pits then. Bryn is also away ahead of Monkey Boy and Louis Allen and Smithy. I reckon Louis Allen might be in early to repair his damage, but it's Daz who leads the way. Now, Daz, who's gone longer from Tibbs, Daz was on the back of exit Tibbs. I wonder if this means for Daz that he can now focus on putting in good lap times to pull away and overcut Tibbs.
It's sure this is his plan.
He's in.
Oh, and he's now in.
So Daz is in. Monkey Boy's coming out. Louis Allen versus Smithy's going to jump Louis Allen here, it looks like. So Smithy's away. Louis Allen's being held here. So Daz is in. Smokey is in. Lucas Roth is in. What will Argent do now
That's
then?
it, Argy Bargy.
I tell you who is the best, Dan? Best commentator? Bozzy Boy. For wrecking warehouses and throwing animal mud.
So Argent is in.
Argent is in. Hypertech stays out.
Yeah.
So Hypertech will take the lead of this race. PN will be in second. DJ Phil will be in third. Tibbs is coming towards the final sector now. Louis Allen actually stayed ahead of Smithy there. So Louis Allen stays ahead of Smithy. So here comes Tibbs. Keep our eyes on Tibbs. We'll keep your eyes on Daz for his number one going green. And when his number one goes green, that will indicate that Daz has done his pit stop and is on the move. As Tibbs is now exited the penultimate corner. He's now coming to the final corner. Tell you what, the undercut looks like it works.
Yeah, it worked for Louis. And now it looks like to work again.
Dan for falling asleep at the 24-hour Daytona. Yeah, that puts you the best. That really, I forgot about that. Right, Daz was out the pit lane, but I tell you what, Tibbs has jumped him by a great margin here, so the undercut really does work. Smoky Devil's come out. Ah, there we go. What a shame for Ripper, he doesn't have a microphone.
So, Lucas Roth is in the pits and he went in the chat. No. Yeah.
Oh,
agreed.
Bryn! Bryn and Lucas Roth, they was fighting before the pit stop. They've come together. As Lucas Roth exits the pits, Bryn has been spun around. He's got to get it going. Before Argent. Argent's jumped Monkey Boy by a big margin as well. So Tibbs leads 6 seconds. Tibbs has over Daz, so the undercut really does work here.
So Reaper said that his English is not so good and he don't even have a microphone. Well, I didn't even have a proper microphone when I made my commentator debut, so I think that won't be a problem.
What a shame. The top three then, well, they're going to lead another lap here because Hypertech, PN and DJ Phil all stay out. So Tibbs from Daz from Smoky Devil. Lucas Roth now ahead of Bryn in 8th at the moment, but he's technically a net 5th place. Argent is P9 at the moment. Monkey Boy 10th, Louis Allen 11th. Smithy is in 12th. There's Mike Matthews in the chat. Says that, this is scandalous on the last race of the season.
Yeah.
My English isn't great, but my Welsh is fantastic. Tibbs, your current net race leader, comes down the start straight and he's going to be ready to go here in this one.
And you didn't even hear my inner Hungarian yet.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. As Tibbs, your net leader, he's actually now 8 seconds clear of Daz, so really pulled away then. Bryn's trying to defend from Argent, that's 1.6 seconds.
Tips for the win. Well, let's see, Mike. He has a great chance to win this race. But yeah, Daz will be after him.
Kieran, within a second now, Bryn is closing that gap to Bryn at the moment. But let's go back to Hypertech as they're coming towards the end of the lap. Will they decide to pit this time around? Let's see what he's going to decide to do here.
Oh, PN is in the pit.
Yeah, PN is in. Hypertech stays out. DJ Phil is going to stay out
still
as
stays
well.
out.
Yeah, him and DJ Phil clearly going long. Tibbs is only 17 seconds off the back of DJ Phil. So at the moment, all going according to plan at this minute in time. Smoky Devil doing well. Argent right on the back of Bryn now. After Bryn had contact with Lucas Roth, Argent is all over the back of him.
Yeah, and Mike has returned with his another account. Make this mod 2 met.
That's so that Dan and Mike can help on the YouTube chat, being the main other two admins that look after the channel when I'm at work. Them two have to, got to give them some responsibility every now and again. Bryn's looking a little wiggly at the moment, and Argent's to the outside. I think that Lexus has got a bit of damage on the side of its car, Ben, because it doesn't look as stable as before.
It looks like it.
Right, Tibbs has passed PN. Daz has passed PN. Smokey's passed PN. Lucas, Bryn, Argent have passed PN. Monkey Boy will pass PN. Louis Allen, actually did. I don't think Monkey Boy did he? Yeah, Monkey Boy did just. Yeah. PN comes out ahead of Louis Allen.
But yeah, this overcut tactic worked okay for PN actually.
He was ahead of Louis Allen,
P6.
and he's still ahead of Louis Allen. He's going to be P10, I believe, because Bryn, Argent and Monkey Boy when they go through the sectors. Argent's got past Bryn, so Argent will now shoot up 7th, Bryn will be 8th, Monkey Boy will be 9th, PN will be 10th. But it's the two leaders that he gets to pit. Hypertech's now in. DJ Phil has to pit this lap.
And he does.
Come. So Tibbs will lead this race. Tibbs, by the way, is pulled even further ahead of Daz. So whatever's happened since the pit stop, Daz just hasn't had the pace like he did in the early stages.
Yeah, it's interesting to see. I'm not sure what happened with him. Maybe the overheating issues, but actually it's a really good question.
So Daz crosses the line. The gap to Daz and Tibbs is actually now 10 seconds. As they go second, Smokey will go back up to third. Can Lucas Roth get himself into that P4 position at the moment? This will put Argent into P5. And we're actually going to get a pole up. Not for driver of the day at the moment. We're going to get the pole up for driver of the season.
Well, and it won't be easy to choose one.
We'll get mine and your votes, I think, at the end of this one. Smokey, Sekulovic, and then Tibbs. I think they're the top four. I think they're the fair. If you disagree with that driver of the season, get in your comments who you think is driver of the season. As Hypertech comes out just ahead of Monkey Boy, DJ Phil is going to come out behind Louis Allen. So the overcut didn't really work for him.
So. Ooh, Tibbs is leading with a really big margin. It's bigger than I expected.
Smokey's actually catching Daz here.
Oh, something must have happened with Daz. Then.
Daz struggling in this last stint, really is struggling. Monkey Boy's on the back of Hypertech. So Hypertech going long has actually jumped Monkey Boy here, Ben. So Monkey Boy's got to try and find his way through. Louis Allen's up to 10th. He's gaining slowly on PM Motorsport, but not gaining too much. It's not the way he would have wanted to end his championship season, that's for sure. What a shame. But either way, it's gone down to the wire. Hypertech currently running 7th, and is really trying to defend from Monkey. Bryn trying to get back on the rear of Argent. 0.7 of a second for Monkey Boy to find over Hypertech in this race. Tibbs leads out front. He's coming up towards turn 4, 11.2. Tibbs in this second race has been brilliant.
I agree with that.
He's just been fantastic, hasn't he? He's been really good. He's been mega.
Yeah, this race is kind of ended up for him like Louis Allen's race in race 1. He just had a really big margin, and actually Daz is losing to him.
Well, actually, in the chat, it's an interesting one in the chat because Tibbs 40% of the vote, Louis Allen 40% of the vote, Smokey 20%, Sekulovic no current vote at the moment.
So Louis Allen and Tibbs are tied.
Oh, now it's gone the way of Louis Allen.
now
Smokey and Tibbs
50,
have tied. Yeah, so Louis Allen and Tibbs tied here. Louis Allen absolutely dominant at the moment. Monkey Boy, Louis Allen's actually got past PM Motorsport, so he's up to 9th place. Monkey's lost a bit of time but to Hypertech, so just struggling in this middle part of the race. Argent's only 5 seconds behind Lucas Roth here, which is interesting.
Yeah. Nice profile picture, Mike, with the peaceful explosion account.
Yeah. It's good that. It's good that. Monkey Boy trying to get back within that time of Hypertech, but he's lost it in that middle sector a bit more. So Hypertech seems to have the upper hand. Smokey's gained another 10th to Daz, but in the final 7 minutes doesn't seem to be able to do a lot. Let's see what Argent is to Lucas Roth. It was just over 5 seconds at the sector 2. It's now just under 5 seconds at the start line. So at the moment, Lucas Roth, is starting to possibly come under pressure from Kieran Argent here, and this is this is interesting because Argent could really take this to P4.
Yeah, it would be nice to see for Argent, actually, after he managed to return to this race. So,
Monkey
but Lucas Roth is also. Oh.
Go on.
So, yeah, Lucas Roth is also doing a nice job at that P4 with the Porsche.
Yeah, he is as well. Monkey Boy's lost even more time to Hypertech as PN's trying to gain on Louis Allen, but that is just a losing battle, you feel. Smokey's got the gap under a second to Daz. So can Smokey end his season with a 2nd place? Get your voting for driver of the season. We'll get the poll up for driver of the day at the end of this one. I don't underestimate Tibbs at times. I think Tibbs is a fantastic driver. I think Tibbs gets unlucky at times. And that's, I think, what has caught Tibbs and Daz this season out. They've been a bit unlucky at times. Tibbs is a fantastic driver. He was on Project Cars. He was on Formula 1. He is still now. Smokey's actually lost a bit of time to Daz. Daz is struggling in the McLaren this second half of the race.
Something happened.
Something
happened that we don't know.
Dan's asked a question. What was the best move or drive of the season? The best move for me was Jay on Kelly at Maggots and Beckett's AM last week. Drive of the season, I have to give to your Rettier last night. I have to give it to it because you come under so much pressure and handled it in a car that is not very good.
Yeah, I agree on that. Because I tried out the writer, like, not sure how long ago, but I remember driving it and it was horrible. So, I have to agree with that.
Pass of the season?
Yeah, that Maggots and Beckett's move, like you mentioned before.
Beautiful from Jay.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
Oh, cracking. Tell you what, there was a good one in the highlights today, but I didn't want to say it because it was me. Me and Overtake went side by side through the corkscrew. Good move, but I didn't want to say mine because it makes it look a little biased.
yeah.
The J one was fantastic. Obviously, we'll see what Dan and PM Motorsport say tomorrow night.
Well,
let us know in the chat your best move of the season or best driver. Yeah, best driver of the season. So in terms of best race, Dan in the Rettier has to be up there. I think.
Agrees.
I think De Silva, Paul Ricard was fantastic. They was 2 good drives. I sadly didn't get to see Spa Pro or Zandvoort Pro. Yeah, I think there's plenty of moves. Leon at Zandvoort, that's another good drive actually. Leon Fernie at Zandvoort, fantastic drive as well. Yeah. Really good drive. Shoemaker last night was a good drive. Young lad.
Oh, yeah. I saw it, yeah. I agree.
Good for a young
He
lad.
nearly won the race.
I don't know what's happened here, but I've just noticed Argent was within 2/10 all of a sudden, and him and Lucas Roth have now had a tap, as Louis Allen's going to head up the inside of Monkey Boy, as Wolfenade says Argent's coming for P4. I think he's got P4. Louis Allen gets Monkey Boy done as well. And Argent has got P4. We caught the end of that fight, so Argent was coming. He's got the battle done. Louis Allen as well gets another place. And can he get Hypertech in the final 2 minutes? Hypertech, by the way, is trying to get on the back of Bryn for 6th.
Yeah,
so Argent's through.
Somewhere managed to sum it, yeah.
Tibbs, though, once again, what a drive tonight.
And Smokey is coming for P2.
Back within a second of Daz.
Yeah.
Daz is he's just
like
gone off
laps.
the radar at the minute, as Daz.
Yeah. Yeah, if nothing wrong happens, I think we are safe to say that Tibbs is the winner of the last race of this season.
100%. Monkey Boy still trying to stick with Louis Allen. Lucas Roth has been dropped by Argent now. Hypertech's coming for Bryn. That gap's down to 1.4. So Hypertech's making a charge for Bryn here, having a better second race than he did race 1. Obviously, the disconnection race 1 wouldn't have helped him, but he's really coming for Bryn here.
Yeah. And
have you just noticed the Simplay Racing McLaren Evo in the Discord? Dan Davis hasn't put the English flag, he's put the Cornish flag.
Let me see.
Funniest moment of the season. Oh, now that's a difficult one.
Oh.
Most improved driver this season. I'm going Leon Fernie. Ripper. Yeah, fair one, Ripper. Actually, that probably is the funniest moment of the season. Yeah, fair play. Me on fuel map 8 for the whole of race 1, Catalonia. Fair play.
I remember. I was expecting you to overtake me like after 5 laps, and then you just disappeared, and I was confused what would happen.
Yeah, best thing was I didn't even know what went on. All race, I'm thinking, what is wrong with this car? It's got no pace, and I looked down and I went, wrong fuel map. As Hypertech here. Sorry, Ben, he's going up the inside of Bryn now. The bit of a tap. And Hypertech has to wait on the back of Bryn once more. Leader, though, he's on the final lap. Breeze and Wolfenator, the good drivers. They've improved massively, yeah, I'd agree.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of a Pro-Am driver that's stepped up to the plate. I think Smokey's got better. Right, now, this two-way fight has become a three-way fight. Louis Allen's now going to look up the inside at turn 12, his favourite overtaking spot tonight. Louis Allen, he's going to take yet another move, does he? No. Mike is saying that he's
defending like crazy.
He's defending like a lion here. Mike's saying he's the most improved. As I said, he'd get relegated. It's easy to not get relegated when nobody turns up. Oh, sorry, Mike. Smokey's done well. Smokey's done well.
Smokey.
Yeah, I do feel as well. I do feel that Shoemaker and Leon Fernie now, I think, have got better as the season's gone on. Right.
I 100% agree with these facts.
Next is actually, Dan, do you know what I'm going to say Ben? Because last season Ben struggled a little bit in Pro. So I'm going to say Ben as well is most improved, one of the most improved drivers in Pro. Because he had some good results. Spa 2.4 hour winner.
That was the best one, yeah.
With the likes of Overtaker and Fury on the grid. So I'd say that Ben as well. I think Ben's is right up there for most improved.
Thanks. Well, of course, I needed a bit luck with Overtaker's fuel problems and Fury's puncture problems, but yeah.
Right.
My motto is consistency is key, and it worked out there, so.
Consistency's been key for Tibbs tonight because he's going to win his second race of the season. Exis Tibbs wins the final race of the year. Smithy crosses the line to come home in P12, points in the bag. Daz Automatic
P2.
keeps hold of P2 at the end of this one, then, so a good result for Daz there. Second place He'll feel it in the air tonight. Smoky Devil will come home for P3. Argent is then looking for P4 at the moment. And he looks like he's going to have this one
really
done.
Donuts.
Want to see some donuts from Louis Allen, that's for sure. I wonder if we'll get any at the
donuts.
end. We had some from Fury in the Porsche Cup the other night.
Yeah. For one final time this season.
Right, Argent rounds the final corner. It is going to be P4 for Kieran Argent. Good result for him. His last race of the season. P4 for Kieran Argent. It's going to be P5 for Lucas Roth. Good race for him. Good fight for him as well tonight. P5 for Lucas Roth. Bryn has actually lost out to Louis Allen. Louis Allen is going to take P6 in this race. Hypertech is going to cross the line. No, Hypertech crosses the line.
No,
6th.
Hypertech.
Bryn 8th. Louis Allen is going to get 7th.
Wow.
Monkey Boy is going to cross the line for 9th.
Yeah.
And then it will be 10th
really
for
close.
PN. And it will be 11th for DJ Phil as he comes to the final lap corner now. We've got Daz doing some donuts. Smokey's giving us some. As is Lucas Roth. He loves a donut.
Let's go, boys.
What about the champion? He's gone back to the pit lane. Very sensible from him.
And because it was a really little gap between him and Hypertech, only 1/10 of a second.
Yeah. 1/10 for second. Right, so Louis Allen
an end.
gets the fans' vote for driver of the day. Jag next season, Dan says Jamie Brazier. Well done, Tib says Dan. Daz improved too. Porsche lap at Silverstone. He has indeed. Love it, says Micro J's. Jamie Brazier, well done to the top 3. Awesome race, says Tracy about Tibbs. Ben, final thoughts tonight?
Well, final thoughts. So we saw a really good ending to a championship, which was really awesome to watch all season long. And of course, I'm really glad I could be a part of it as a commentator, so yeah. This season was amazing in Pro-Am.
It was indeed. Can't beat a few donuts, says Lucas Roth. Green Wolfinator, they are really good drivers in Pro. It's hard to fight with. Your driver of the day for today?
It's actually really difficult. So Louis Allen won the championship with a really awesome story. That I think is the best story that I've ever seen in racing all along. But of course, race 2 didn't really play out well for him. So I'm going with Smoky Devil.
Yeah,
because he was really consistent.
I'm going to go the way of Tibbs for being consistent, a first and a second. So I'm going to give mine to Tibbs. So 1 for Tibbs, 1 for Smoky Devil from the commentary box. For driver of the day, driver of the season.
Well, that's another difficult choice, but that should be Louis Allen for me.
I'm going to give
the fact that the fact that he could keep his championship alive without winning the race all season long is an amazing thing to achieve.
Absolutely brilliant. I'm going to give mine to Louis Allen as well for the same reasons, because to keep your championship alive and only winning 1 race is absolutely fantastic. So I'm going to give my driver of the season to Louis Allen as well. The fans have given Louis Allen the driver of the season. The fans are going to give Tibbs the driver of the day. What a season it's been. No one has yet come in for an interview. So it looks like, Ben, we're going to end it there. But our season isn't done. Me and Ben will be back on the track. Look out for Nexus, which is Ben, and look out for Matahimovic, which is myself, on the track tomorrow night. Brought to you live at 8 p.m. GMT by Dan Davis, aka Unorthodox, and PN Motorsport in the commentary box for the final time in Pro this season. 2 races at Ben's home circuit, the Hungaroring. And then join me and PN in the commentary box. The championship's done at Donington Park on Sunday, my home track. So we go from your home track to my home track Sunday, where hopefully there's a guest spot for Ben to come and drive on my home circuit. It's Donington Park. It'll be fantastic to see you there. Porsche Cup on Sunday. That'll round out the season. Ben, what a season it's been. Thank you so much for joining me in the commentary box.
My pleasure, Matt, to be here. It was really awesome.
Hopefully we can do this again next season as we get to hear actually from Smoky Devil at the very end. Smokey, let's hear from you very quickly at the end of this one. It wasn't to be tonight, it wasn't to be this season, but you have been fantastic all year round.
I gave it a go tonight. I tried as hard as I could. The BM's just know the track for the BMW. It's too slidey. But I gave it a go.
How was the tyres tonight? Because it was so hot.
Oh, the tyres were on fire, especially down the left-hand side. Just on fire. The temperature, I managed to keep the temperature alright. It was just the heat. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the pressures were alright. The temperature was just sky high, but the pressures were alright. Managed to keep them good. But hats off to Louis Allen. Do you know what I mean? Managing to do the full season.
You've kept your on the podiums going as well. Third in the championship. You're probably back in pro. M6 next season?
Aye, M6.
Ah, there we go then. Well, Smokey, we look forward to it. Congratulations on a good season.
Nice one, cheers lads.
And here is one half of your Constructors champions. It's Daz Automatic who joins us. And I tell you what, Daz, well, that was just another day in paradise for you there, wasn't it?
Oh, I've been waiting for it now.
Have you had the stream on, Daz?
I haven't. I've been trying to concentrate tonight.
Oh, you'll love it then when you watch it back. I said I was going to get you. I said I was going to get you with some Phil Collins quotes, and I have all night. It's been absolutely brilliant. But Daz, talk us through your season. Constructors champion. Your teammates won the Drivers' Championship. You must be thrilled.
I'm really thrilled for Louis, to be fair. He's done a great season, and I'm really glad that he got a win.
Yeah, got the duck off his back.
Yep, certainly did.
You finished top 5 in the championship in what has been a hit and miss season for you. You've been caught up in some incidents. Things haven't gone your way at times. But tonight, you know, you had a good second race.
Yeah, but still made a silly mistake and almost dropped it. And then, for some reason, just couldn't get any speed after the pit stop. Like 2 seconds a lap, dropping off. To be fair, I was almost falling asleep.
Did you feel that it was sort of two sides of a story tonight? Because race 1 just really didn't go your way. Then race 2, ball that loss of pace after the pit stop. You know, you got a podium.
Yes, yeah, bittersweet really. Rubbish season. First race was just carnage, and I was mixed up amongst it again. But some of that's my fault. I put my hands up to that. Yeah. But I had so much damage, I didn't repair it. And then Louis tapped me coming into the pits.
Oh, brilliant.
And my wing just wouldn't stick the tyres.
Right.
And I just lost it.
Well, Dan, against all odds, you have got a top 5 race result this afternoon. I've done another one there, I'm sorry. You've got a top 5 race result there. I hope you know Phil Collins' songs, by the way, because that's what I've been commentating on with you tonight. So if you don't, you may need to look up on them. But you've managed to get a top 5. Smokey Devil's managed to get a top 3. But Louis Allen is your champion. That's all we have time for in the Pro Series. Join us tomorrow night, 8 p.m. UK time, with Dan Davis and PM Motorsport going live. They'll be on the air tomorrow night, not tonight. They can get some more done, and it's going to be a fantastic show. Make sure you get that one done. But from me and Ben, it's been a fantastic night. It's been a fantastic season. We'll see you next time. Good night.
Good night.
And we are clear.
No.
Daz, I apologise.
Me too. We put the curse on you quite badly.
I changed my microphone.
Good pace, just... I don't know. I only had 3.5 hours sleep, so that don't help.
I know, I was catching you towards the end, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what it was, you just lost pace in the second half. I was pulling away from Tibbs in the beginning, and then I dropped it, come in for tyres, and then it just went downhill from there.
I just couldn't keep up with you.
I'd be glad to see the back of this McLaren, I'll be honest.
The BM didn't look that quick tonight, to be fair.
What was that?
The BM didn't seem to have like the outright pace tonight like it did at Laguna.
No, it was just sliding all over the place. Doesn't matter what I'd done, it just didn't work.
It was slow in race 1. I don't remember.
Right, boys.
For it. Too many stop and starts.
Yeah. Kelly's just sent me his footage, so I'm going to jump into the other party and get